Hi, this is Tim Owens. I'm one of the co-founders of Reclaim Hosting, and I want to take a minute to sort of walk you through what the idea is behind the platform that Reclaim Hosting is involved with, and many other schools as well that we sort of help with. So to give you a little bit of background on myself, I worked at the University of Mary Washington for about 4 years, and we, back in 2012, started a project called the Domain of One's Own Project, which gave students and faculty spaces online. These were web hosting accounts with their own domain, a registered domain, .com, .net, .org, for them to sort of build out their digital identity online. And you can see from this site here what that ends up looking like. So this site actually feeds in all of the recent posts from across the various students and faculty working in the system. And I could go to this one, for example, and you notice it's at kristenwoodward.com. And this is a recent post that she's doing for her class. And it's actually at a subdomain for what looks like a sociology class that she's taking. And I could go back here and look at some other posts as well. But you know what form it takes is really driven by the individual. Reclaim Hosting, as well as the Domain of One's Own platform, is this idea that people get their space online and build out a digital identity from whatever tools they want. And they can be open source tools like WordPress, like Known, like many other ones that we have available in there. Or it could be something as simple as mapping a domain on top of Tumblr or WordPress.com or even somewhere like Weebly. So, but the idea that they're sort of managing a space attached to their name, attached to a name that they choose and that they own, and that this could be a more valuable sense of an e-portfolio system. And so when I left Mary Washington last year, and we've been working with a lot of different schools at Reclaim Hosting, which is now my full-time job. We started it 2 years ago, not realizing just how powerful it could be. But we work with a lot of different schools now. So University of Oklahoma is one example, and this is their site. Domain of One's Own at Emory University, BYU, and several others. And so they're all running these pilots and having students and faculty get their own spaces online, similar to what we did at Mary Washington. And it's a full hosting account, and I'll show you in a separate video what that looks like in terms of management. But it's a hosting account similar to what you would get at Bluehost or GoDaddy, but without any sort of upsell, no ads, no stuff that normally would come with a web hosting account, but all of the power to be able to build out a space online that's attached back to their name, something that they can actually back up and take with them when they leave. So that's a little bit about me and about Reclaim Hosting and about this Domain of One's Own idea. In my next video, I'm going to show you this website where we start to get into the nuts and bolts of what this looks like in terms of managing it, in terms of getting started. We actually built this site, reclaim.host, which is a space where you can create a temporary site. For 7 days, you can sort of test drive a system, and we just give you a subdomain to play around with and see what it looks like and see what it means to manage and control this space. And it's a very similar setup to what we've done at other schools like Oklahoma and Emory and others. So it gives you a good idea of, what that means for the individual in terms of how they use it.